Hey everyone, welcome to day 4 of the 10-day reset. How are you doing? You should by now see some good things happening from the reset, whether it's lowered inflammation, clothes fitting a little bit better, less puffiness, um, less weight. So you should be able to notice some difference. Hopefully the detox symptoms are gone and you're noticing some fantastic changes. So today we get to start to incorporate chewing, and we get to start to incorporate some protein sources as well. So if you are a meat eater, you could start having some of those proteins if you want. Um, the thing that I want to talk about today, though, is just looking back at the last 3 days. We usually have a lot of success with the first 3 days as we do that detox, that kind of strict reset. And so the question to ask yourself is, if it worked really well for you, why did it work really well for you? And some things for you to explore for yourself. So did it work well for you because you've really cut back on sugar? So maybe you were a person who just is addicted to sugar and you love sugar so much. And so just cutting back on this sugar has helped you. So maybe as you go forward, just thinking about that, thinking about maybe that addiction you have, and what sort of things you can do to try to help balance that sugar out. You need to do like a cold turkey, cut it out, and then just start back from the beginning, eating clean foods and watching your sugar intake? Or do you just need to be a little bit more mindful of where your sugar is coming from? And making sure that you're staying kind of within 40 to 60 grams of sugar a day. That's usually what I recommend for most of my clients. Just a good starting point is to start 40 to 60 grams a day. And that can really help with that sugar addiction that you have. The other thing to look at is, we're eliminating gluten and dairy. So is there something happening there? Do you think that you have a sensitivity to gluten? Do you think you have a sensitivity to dairy? That is another thing for you to explore and for you to think about, and just, try to remember, like, how do I feel after I have a bowl of ice cream? Do I feel really bloated? Do I get this like weird sensation in my mouth? Just, do I get a little bit of cough or phlegm? For me and my family, that is definitely a sign for us that we've had too much dairy. We get this cough or phlegm that happens in our throat. It's hard this time of year because we want to have some ice cream, but just something to pay attention to. Just when you have to eliminate it, just know that the more often you have it, the more that is going to be a sign and a symptom. If you don't like having that sign and symptom, then maybe reduce the amount that you have, so that way you're not getting those symptoms. Another one, dairy for me, is acne. So I get a lot of acne. And again, it's not that I eliminate it from my diet, but I really monitor how much I'm consuming. So just keep that in mind. And then the same with gluten. So if you're noticing any differences as well with inflammation, usually the big weight loss happens because we reduce our inflammation load and through nutrition. So just paying attention to that. If you did really well these last couple of days on this program, really take a look at the gluten and the dairy and the sugar. That could definitely be an inflammatory marker for you, because when we tackle inflammation, we tend to lose weight fast. And even, you can see things. You can see it in your face, how the skin just pulls in and it's puffy. You can see it in your muscles and everything. Less puffiness, less aches and pains, and less of those inflammatory markers. We're all very unique, so we all have unique things. So again, paying attention to what those are and how you feel. So yeah, just some things to think about. So as we go forward, like I said, we're incorporating some more food. So smoothie for breakfast, have a latte or a smoothie for afternoon snack. Feel free to have a wonderful recipe or a wonderful meal at lunch and at dinner. 3 things that I want you to include, and I've talked about this before: have your protein, have your fat, and have your fiber. Okay, so protein in any kind of meat that you want, eggs, nuts and seeds, legumes. Have your fat, which can be, again, nuts and seeds. It can be avocado, it can be olive oil, avocado oil, it can be ghee. I'm trying to think of some other fats to have. Coconut oil is another one. And then have your fiber. So vegetables first. So have a fistful of vegetables. And then if you want to have some fruit, you can. I always suggest low sugar fruits like a green apple or some berries, which are good options to have for keeping that sugar low. But those three things. So, if you're not following a recipe, just think about those three things. Do I have protein? Do I have fat? Do I have fiber? And just using that rule of thumb is going to be great. Tonight on the menu is a chicken Caesar salad. So I've got my chicken for my protein. I've got my fat, which is my dressing that I'm making, and I'm making it homemade with a mayonnaise base that I make with avocado oil, so I don't have to worry about dairy in there. And then the fiber is the lettuce. Lots filling my plate with lettuce and veggies. So, something like that. Simple, easy, tastes great, and you've covered all the bases. So anyway, everybody enjoy your day. Have a great day. And I hope you are excited to move on with this challenge and just continue to feel fantastic and feel great with the food that you're eating. Because I know it's been, I love this reset. The things that it does, it's just, stop the snacking. I've stopped snacking. I'm not snacking before bed. I'm being more mindful of what I put in my body. And the results are fantastic. It just feels so good. And that's why I love doing this program every 3 or 4 months, because it just helps rebalance, reset the body again to where it should be. Those bad habits creep in, but we can always do something to get back on track. And this is the program that does that. So I love that. Anyway, have a good day. Take care, everyone. Bye.